settle in, because we're diving deep into the golden sands of Manhattan Beach, the endless sunshine, the volleyball. But let's rewind a bit, because this place wasn't always the high-octane, real estate-fueled rocket ship it is today. Is it a community, or just a commodity? Or what happens to the people who built it?
How you doing?
Good.
Are we ready? Well, the year was 1965, and I got out of dental school. Orange County was the big blossoming area then. So that seemed like that's where I want to go. There's a little office in Manhattan Beach that's going to become available. Why would you not want to go there?
I don't know if people recognized that the small town charm was so unique, and maybe it wasn't that unique in 65. Growing up in the 80s and the 90s, that's what was special about here. Was it did feel like we still call it the bubble.
You just had a much simpler, laid-back time of life. We had 8 or 10 families off a block that would get together for a barbecue on a Friday night or Saturday or Sunday. Now you may know your neighbor, you may not.
My name is Paul Beswick.
I'm Melinda, and what would you like to know about me?
She's highly intelligent and totally in command at all times.
Except for right now.
I got transferred down to Birmingham, Alabama, which is where I met Melinda, and I ended up with a job opportunity out here. And
She
Melinda
said,
said, take that job. And I met a guy running.
We didn't know where to look.
And he introduced me to the Manhattan Beach Track Club.
And we looked and we said, I think this could be it. So we ended up in Manhattan Beach.
I think Paul and Melinda became patients here at Withers Dental 20, 25 years ago. We were happy to have him, and I think he's still coming here. I'm glad he stayed, and I'm very proud of Brian for maintaining him.
But it was the neighborhood. And so this was more like a neighborhood. And it still is to a very large degree. Your healthcare, your clinics, your dentist offices, if you lose them, then you're going to be back to you're only catering to the tourist and not to the people who live here. Then we'll lose the cachet that really has become Manhattan Beach.
That's the thing that's great about Withers Dental, is you can walk there. Him and his father live in the area. You can call him up. He will get back in touch with you.
Paul and I have shared text messages that have to do with the dental treatment he's receiving, and we've also shared some text messages that have to do with the sporting event we may have talked about that day in the chair that went our way.
It's almost like family, like an extended family.
The fact that when he has to make a referral, then it's going to be somebody who's local. Again, convenience, and they're always quality.
I mean, he went to Miracosta High School, played football in Miracosta. It's more connected. It's not like going to Ralph's or something like that. This is somebody from the community. He's one of us kind of thing.
People came here to escape the hustle and bustle, to carve out a slice of that small town, neighbor knows neighbor life. You know, the kind where the bakery owner knows your order, the hardware store guy remembers your project, and the dentist, well, the dentist actually lives down the street.
Well, he went to dental school up in the Bay Area.
Oh, did he?
I think. Yeah,
Oh.
but he decided to come back home. This is home for him. He wanted to come back home.
Because he lives in the community. I mean, he's cared enough at one point that he actually ran for city council. So he cares about what's going on in the community, which is exemplified in the type of service and care that he provides.
Chuck is a football coach at Miracosta, and his wife is a teacher who has had some of the more outstanding players. A couple of them are still playing in the NFL, and she has tutored them through high school, through college, and I think kudos and accolades for her, because she has done a great job with these kids who might have just been thrown under the bus someplace else. She went really out of her way. They have them over to their house. They are truly a unique couple in being so gracious and so outgoing and so hospitable that you just want to do things for them.
I came over here and started coaching in 1989, and I stayed here for the next 30 years. Dr. Brian Withers. His father, of course, it was a dentist also, Dr. Jim Withers here. They have a long tie to this community, and that has a lot to do with Dr. Withers as a dentist, that he has that Manhattan Beach feel to him. He loves Manhattan Beach. He loves this community. He has an appreciation for the people that are here. And you feel that when you go in, that you feel the community love or good feelings when you walk in the door. It's once you shut that door behind you at his office, you're in old Manhattan and you're just going to see your dentist.
My first experience with Coach Aerosmith was not in dentistry. It was on the football field, specifically the field over on Meadows Avenue at Maricosta. And I remember being a freshman, fourth string, maybe fifth string, whatever the last string we had was, that was me, center on the freshman football team. And Coach Aerosmith was the coach of the varsity linemen. And never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would go from fifth string center on the freshman team to a team captain of the varsity team, and even further than that, to call Coach Aerosmith one of my best friends so many years later.
We love going to Brian. He makes you feel comfortable. He's a great guy. He makes you feel welcome, and it is a family. We're lucky to have a dentist of his caliber here in Manhattan Beach.
I got a phone call one evening, and it's loud. And hey, Dr. Withers, this is Steve Fowler. I'm actually up fighting a fire right now, and I was struck with a hose coupler. I'm not in any pain. It hit me right on my tooth, and I can feel my tooth is bent backwards. Can I come in to see you in a couple days when I'm done fighting this fire? I made him an appointment that evening, and a couple days later, Steve came down, and he had a nice gray rectangle on the tooth where the metal coupler had hit him, and no other damage to the adjacent teeth, and miraculously no damage to the implant itself.
My name's Steve, and I've been going to Dr. Withers for over 20 years. In fact, when I first started going there, it was recommended by coworkers. So when you go to Withers Dental, I mean, it could be Mayberry. I mean, everybody knows you. Everybody in that office knows you. Everybody's top notch. I grew up with missing front teeth. I didn't have a full smile until I was 16. And so then when I found Dr. Withers and he started taking good care of me, I had no anxiety. Somebody had my back in terms of taking care of my teeth, and that wasn't going to be a major issue in my life. And that's where one of the events that Dr. Withers helped me with was the accident where I got hit right on the implant, which is titanium. Okay, a hose coupling right onto that tooth and fractured the titanium post. Messed up a bunch of the good work that he had just done a couple of years prior. Yeah. And so that evening I called him on his private phone number that he had given me years ago. I called him at home at like 8 o'clock at night. I said, I just messed up everything we did, all the hard work we put into it. I just knocked my teeth out, broke the implant. He goes, don't worry about it. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 10.
That's why I give my cell phone out. I want patients to be like, no, don't worry. I can get my guy on the phone right now. And you can. I am so happy to see Steve with his retirement beard, his retirement tan, and it goes perfect with the big smile that he wears every time I see him now. He looks like a happy man. It's always a pleasure to see him, and it is an absolute honor to take care of truly one of our heroes. All of our family friends were patients. You know, all of his acquaintances were patients. I would have some of my teachers in school be his patients. My principal was a patient. But I have always thought that was just how dentistry was that you lived among your patients, you knew your patients, and you interacted with them on a level that wasn't just dentistry. It wasn't strictly professional. You know, when people come in, we know who they are. We're greeted by name. They feel like they belong here. They feel like they're known. I think that people who are still craving that small town feeling can find it if they look for it.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming. Before I say anything else, I want to brag a little bit about Brian. I couldn't be prouder. His commitment to bringing the very best back to Manhattan Beach and all the aspects of dentistry.
The flag we try to fly every day is to respect people's time, treat our patients and our teammates like family, pursue excellence without having an ego, and build trust in every interaction that we make. And those things are what makes this place so special.
But the truth is, what really matters isn't about the gadgets or the fresh paint, it's the people. It's this community.
Manhattan Beach raised me. My teachers, my coaches, and many of my patients are like my family, and I don't take that for granted at all. I'm so thankful that you're here to celebrate this milestone with us. This is 100% your accomplishment, and this is your night, and I hope you enjoy it. And so closing, here we are, 60 years in. We got a shiny new office.
Here's to 60 years together and many more smiles to come. I'm Dr. Withers.
And I'm Dr. Withers.
We hope to see you soon.